So it looks like we've got a patch for Mortal Kombat 1 for the Nintendo Switch. There's been patches for the other versions previously, but this patch just went live maybe an hour ago is when I first saw it went up. I'm going to download it in a moment here and check it out because, yeah, that was a game. I did buy it for the PS5 after the fact, but for the Nintendo Switch, it made for good content. But I was hopeful. The game just had so many problems, long load times, glitches, weird freezing, crashes, lots of ridiculousness. And in this patch, they state, here's the notes. Season 1 of Invasions has finally been included. I didn't even realize it when I played the Switch version, but the Invasions mode, it was just the introduction. I didn't even know they didn't include the rest of the game on there. But yeah, apparently we now have Season 1 of Invasions. The content rotates out, so okay, about time, I guess. Gameplay balance changes, leaderboard fixes, and then some of the important stuff, visual improvements and general bug fixes are at least important to me. Performance improvements, that's a huge one. Loading time improvements, big. I remember I timed it, between the loading of a match with the characters on screen like facing each other, it was like 35, 37 seconds before anything happens, sometimes longer. Ridiculous. Stability fixes and localization fixes. So let's go ahead and get into this. Let's make sure we got this patch downloaded. See how big it is. So obviously I'm going to start downloading it and then I'm going to cut and come back once it's done. But what do we got here? Why is it not started? 1 hour. Yeah, I heard it's going down. Holy crap. So from what I heard, this was like a 20 some odd gig download. If you don't have the space on your micro SD, you're screwed, man. Okay, so like 30, 40 minutes later, here we go. Okay, well, it loaded into the selection menu pretty quick. Normally it takes a moment. I don't freaking know. Wow. The pop-in on the cameos took a moment. But let's get into a match, see how quick it loads up. Go to the Corrupted Forest.
Corrupted Forest.
Your parents' identity
Normally,
kept from you?
when this happens, it's almost a minute before the match starts. So I'm hoping for some good news here. Okay, it still takes hell a long time, but that was about half what it normally was for me. Was it about 20 seconds or so? That is an improvement.
Round one.
Wow, look at this blurriness. So I mean, that's just one thing that has been improved. The graphics supposed to be improved as well. But that was a good sign. I should go back into the story mode at the very end of the game when it's like fight after fight and it's like real quick. Oh crap. Alright, normally you can't really show much of that in YouTube, but that was a lot smoother than that normally looked. So far, it does seem a little bit more playable. I mean, it was playable before, but it just, man, there were so many little issues. Oh, did you see the graphics glitch? With her clothes stuck to the side of the screen. Okay. Let's see how this works out. Because normally, between these matches, man, the frickin' loading was ridiculous. Alright. I need to go into towers as well, because it would always crash in towers. But yeah, between every match, there's toward the end of the game, when you're like going up the stairs, it's like match after match after match. on other systems, it instantly snap, it loads. You're in it. You don't got this screen. But on the Switch version, you got this screen. And for this part of the game, it takes forever. Some of the longest loading. And this already seems like it's going on for a while. But it didn't take quite as long as it did before. So that's a good thing. It's still like you're not going to get the best performance out of this version. But it does appear, just from looks and playing this, you know, I completed the story mode on this. I played the crap out of the Switch version, so I didn't just base my, you know, opinions of how bad this was just seeing a screenshot or somebody else playing it. No, I played the crap out of this. It was freaking horrible, man. So many glitches and problems, and some of that stuff still seems to be present, but they've kind of tightened it up a little bit. In Towers, whenever I played this on the Switch, seriously, the game would crash like either the first or the second match. Every time. I've never made it through Towers on the Switch. It just always, there's a crash. All right, here we go.
Round one, fight.
All right. But this is such a fun game, man. I really enjoyed it. I mean, I played through the Switch version story mode. I played through the story mode on the PS5 because I just felt like I missed so much during the story mode of the Switch. How bad, like the cutscenes were just jittery. Seems like that's cleaned up on this as well. But yeah, it was just a weird experience. We didn't expect, like, some people were like, what do you expect in the Switch version? I thought it was just going to be an uglier version that played decently well, but it was just plagued by problems. All right, this is the moment of truth, going into the second match in Towers, see if it crashes, because like I said, I've never had it go past the second stage. It just would always crash. I wouldn't even be able to play. It just would crash right here. Either during the fight on the first match or going into the second match, it would crash. I tried it a bunch of times. It was freaking annoying. I don't even know how long of a load screen that was, but that was kind of ridiculous. I'll put up how many seconds it was on the screen, but that took forever. Holy crap. How blurry things look. It's still an ugly game. It's not like they're going to make magic happen or anything, you know what I mean? But at least it's not crashing on me, so that's a plus. But I hope you could see the footage, check it out, you know, come to your own conclusion. But I will put those times up throughout the video of how long it took the load in between things, because yeah, it's instant on other consoles, but on the Switch it's still there, just supposed to be a bit better. So we made it to the third match in Towers without any issue, just still, you know, long load times. Can't really be helped, I guess. Maybe they've lowered them slightly in certain places. I don't know if everywhere the load times have been improved. It sucks with the loads, how long it takes in a fighting game, like between matches. Like, you just want to jump into it, you know what I mean? In the Switch version, it's just not happening. It does seem like performance has been improved, loads slightly improved in certain places. Glitches, there's still some here and there. Maybe not as bad as before, but, you know, I'm not going to play through the story mode completely all over again to find out. But it does seem like they delivered on some of their promises, but this is still not the version of the game to play, I think. It still looks ugly. They weren't going to make miracles happen. With these fixes, I mean, I hope, you know, this little bit of footage I've shown today, you know, gives you an idea, like, hey, is this worth grabbing? Maybe Black Friday it'll be like $15. Maybe just for shits and giggles, it'd be cool to grab. But have they redeemed themselves? I don't think so. It's still a weak port, but yeah, you know, they weren't really going to make the magic happen on the Switch with this game, like many people have said. It was just like, hey, give us a competent port, a game that's playable. It is playable. It always was playable. It just had issues. It's ugly. Look at that graphics glitch again. I got my weenus stretching out. He's got his band. What the heck, man? But yeah, there's still issues. I'm glad you saw that. But I do appreciate you guys. I hope this like showed the state of the game that it's still in. Some improvements, some not improvements. But there you go. Bye.